After two very different mirror matchups, we now find our way to the lower bracket, where unfortunately one of these players will go home, but one of them will fight for another opportunity to get to the round of 16, and it's going to be ShoWTimE and YoDa.
Yeah, this, for me, has potential to be very upsetting if we are to see that upset coming from ShoWTimE, but I think this is going to go in favor of YoDa. I mean, YoDa's on fire right now.
Yeah.
The caliber of players that he's beaten online recently, the way that he qualified to play at the Intel Extreme Masters in Canada just next week, the way that he played through that bracket, the way that he played in the Red Bull online as well. Unbelievable play. We've seen him already today, and he's played pretty good. Did get beaten by MMA, but still his level of play is high. Yeah. I think that's going to be very, very difficult for ShoWTimE to come up against.
All right, let's get into it. Game number 1 now. Overgrowth will be our map, as we have. Spawning up to the top right-hand corner, our red Terran, unfortunately being trumped in that last TvT, but what a series it was. It is YoDa. And down to the bottom left-hand corner, having a bit of a rough time in his first series against First. But spawning in our blue, it is ShoWTimE.
All right, so ShoWTimE, he beat MVP by playing Double Forge Colossus.
Yes.
Heavy upgrades, defend against SCV pulls, and won the game. Right now, in the in Terran versus Protoss, the popular way to play is SCV pulls. Double Forge is quite popular as well, and lots of fakes towards getting high Templar out a little bit faster. So we'll see if the common pattern in this matchup repeats itself again.
Yep. I'm very, very interested to see how ShoWTimE is in general going to play out this matchup, because he's had to play it quite a bit recently himself, you know, with having to take on Hero Marine in the EPS finals very recently at Gamescom, which he was defeated at. But, I mean, Hero Marine's no slouch in general. He's one of Europe's up-and-coming, you know, stars.
Right.
So, but YoDa is quite the tall order with his gas opener here.
Yeah, I mean, ShoWTimE's definitely had sparks of brilliance in his career in StarCraft 2 for sure. I mean, the MVP moment stands out as a massive moment in his career where he was able to advance from this very round of 32 to go to the round of 16. Got a little bit outclassed when he did get to the round of 16. It's his 3rd time in Premier League, so that's, you know, that's getting consistent. 3 times is very good for him. And of course, he's doing well in the German scene. He beat Golden most recently in the EPS German semi-finals to unfortunately lose versus Hero Marine in the grand finals there. But he is becoming a very good player, and we'll see if he can maybe wish upon the stars today to get out this group, because they are 3 very good players that are within this group.
Yeah, I would say out of all the players in the round of 32, he's got the most unlucky in terms of group drawings. So ShoWTimE really needs to prove his worth here, that's for sure. But at the same time, YoDa now just adding on his command center behind this. Reaper is on the way to have a little bit of a look around, but ShoWTimE looks pretty prepared for it. I mean, he's got his wall set up. He's actually going for the Nexus before any units.
Yeah, that's a little bit greedy. If, you know, and to not get the Mothership Core or Stalker out early is pushing the Reaper to kill.
Yeah.
You usually try to get the Mothership Core and Stalker out to push this back. The benefits, obviously, is just naturally having a faster Nexus, but this Reaper could get kills. But in this case, he didn't rush in. So it's actually worked out really good for ShoWTimE to squeeze this Nexus in as he did.
Yeah, the anticipation for YoDa, I mean, he poked up the ramp, but he really didn't see any kind of what was going on in terms of production or anything. So, yeah, there was that little opportunity, but he doesn't rise to the challenges, so he just didn't really know too much. That's a bit weird.
And we have a fast engineering bay here coming out from YoDa. And seems to be aiming towards that +1 attack nice and early. Nice Reaper.
Oh.
Chilling.
Yeah, he's going to see the Robo Bay very fast, though, if he goes in.
He's not even interested to go in initially. He's like, all right, whatever, I'm just going to reveal my Reaper. I could lose it. I'll go in at the time that a structure is meant to be down. And he spots the Robo and gets out. So
very well done.
Yeah, good wait. Good scout. And backs off. +1 attack has started now for YoDa.
Yeah, super fast in essence against everything that's going on here. But again, this is just becoming more and more common anyway. Combat shields.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, Woo!
Get you.
So with combat shields being used like this, super good defensively if there was an attack to come in, and combination with +1 attack is awesome. But also, if he builds up, he can move out with combat shields. And the usual Terran push out, which sometimes you can push back, it's going to be harder than the normal, obviously. He's going to have the extra hit points on his units through the combat shields. And this riot force of YoDa, going to try and do some damage early.
Combat shields helps out so much against just a lot of things. I mean, Photon Overcharge even, you know, with the extra damage from other units, it helps them survive a little bit faster if that's to be the case.
And ShoWTimE's rushing down this robotics bay here. He's got minimal units. He's got 1 gateway. He could lose a lot of probes in this. And losing a lot of probes is going to hurt him. His Colossus and Thermal Lance is going to be slowed. His gateway, everything's just going to be slowed down naturally. Not sure if he spotted these Marines.
It was very, very close. I think he may have done at the front as they did approach a little bit.
Well, he's going to warp in another Stalker. He has to. Oh, no, he's gone for a Sentry. Interesting. So Sentry here is going to, well, help out a little bit if it does get to Guardian Shield here. Force Field can help. But look at this. This is a beastly little army that YoDa's got.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Observer gets in there and has a look around and sees the length of where the factories at and stuff like that, but
let's go, YoDa.
All right, gets that Photon Overcharge, and let's see how much he can really do. He's actually going to commit.
I mean, what did that force field do?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, it's probes to be slaughtered.
6 have already gone down, and he's hunting them. Any he can get here is really nice.
That was a good second force field.
Yeah, that really did nice. Get the Sentry, maybe. Oh, close.
So 9. We are playing against. YoDa is playing against a very fast Colossus, and fast second Colossus too. Wonder how this is going to shape up. He lost a lot of units there.
With how this build shapes up, isn't this pretty fast 5 barracks?
Yeah, I mean, it's standard. It's standard. Standard timings. I mean, it's a lot of barracks early on without the 3rd command center, but. Oh, I suppose it is a little bit earlier, actually, before Medivacs are out.
Yeah.
But it's just because he halted his unit production a little bit more.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, his starport is a little bit more delayed compared to just slightly.
Good scan here. And with the fast Colossus, we are going to see an attack from ShoWTimE. 5 gateways now. And MMA saw 3 extra gateways being warped in. Saw no forge. Saw the robotics bay off to the side here, which is very weird to be over there. Because the longer the game goes on, that's more likely it's going to get sniped, right, by drops being on like that. So why would you put it there if you're looking to play a long game?
All for hiding.
YoDa is reading into this really well. Double forge coming in.
Only going for 2 Medivacs for the Vikings to come out.
He knows his attack's coming. Can he stop it, though?
It has very little support right now. Very little support. Like... What? He's actually just going to... Whoa, calm down.
Whoa.
That's a bit ambitious.
That's a massive start here. He walked into that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of units he just lost. Like 4 or 5 Marines?
I think maybe he felt the same... Like I was saying, it had very little support, so maybe he could catch them somewhere, but he just did not do that well. ShoWTimE now poking at the front with these. The 2 Vikings are about to pop and go to work. They need to go to work.
Mines being made as well. Everything he can get. There's no observer here, so that... Oh, okay, there is, sorry.
Yeah, it's just in front a little bit. But the scan goes down knowing it's there and kills it off.
Now it's not.
Twilight Council and Forge behind this. So for ShoWTimE, this is like, well, I'm poking, I'm pressuring, but behind, maybe there's the transition potential.
Yeah, it's the doubt creeping in that you can't break him here. With Widow Mines in position 2, even harder.
Okay, just the 1 is there now, present.
It's a lot of... 3 Colossus.
But if that bio takes the fight to the front and... Oh, that was very clever with the probe, soaking up that Widow Mine that he saw burrow. And again,
in the bunker.
Yeah, that's gonna die. Like, this is very, very difficult to hold on against. Only like how many Vikings?
He's gonna have to pull SCVs to make sure he doesn't lose this other one, man.
And then that Widow Mine, if the fight goes in front of it, it's gonna die from AoE damage on those Colossus.
It is 1-1 versus 0-0, remember, on the bio.
A lot of damage done to those SCVs there. Kills off quite a few of them. YoDa has no breathing room.
Getting this bio's getting big though. I mean, he's not slowing him down. He's just kind of standing there. He might as well be on the other side of the map.
Another sacrifice there from ShoWTimE to sate the Widowmine gods.
Oh, another Marine. Viking count rising up now. Very patient play from YoDa, not stimming into this. Remember the mothership call for time warps.
It's very, very tense.
Fields.
Ooh, Gets a big volley.
There's the big stem, but 2 force fields.
And there's so much energy left. More force fields. That's the scary thing about this. And the observer's there as well now. He's actually going to back off. All right, then.
The army's too big. It's just getting too big. Armory's done. +2 attack. Good composure there from YoDa.
Do you not feel that he could have stuck around with a little bit more with the amount of force fields he has?
To be honest, if it was me, I probably would have just charged into the bunkers. I would have definitely not backed off there. I would have been overly eager. But, you know, he started his backup plan quite early on, so he was always thinking of that. That's the way that this was going to go. But he opens him up, I think, to a very difficult position now. What happens if we are going to see an SCV timing?
Yeah.
His upgrades are very slow. The Viking count's very high.
Templar Archives would need to come down very fast off this back of this contingency plan.
Exactly.
There it is, but is it a bit too late is the question.
It's going to be 2-1 versus maybe 1-1 if you're lucky here, if you chronoverse that out.
He's seen this army movement out in the middle as well. He's trying to send. Well,
he's going to pull SCVs with the shortly, even without a third command center. Just whatever, man. This hallucinating Phoenix sees no third.
Yeah, flying around circles, having a look around, see what's going on.
I wonder if he'll be ready in time. I don't know if he can get Storm out in time.
He's going to have to just spend every single chrono boost into it and just keep it constantly chrono boosted, because
Come on,
otherwise...
Go, get Storm if you're going to defend this, man. You're more than likely going to run into an SCV pull. You need Storm. If he doesn't get Storm, then he needs to get more Colossus for sure. Yeah. And there it is, coming in. Storm, go, ShoWTimE. You need that, man.
He has 1 High Templar right now, warped in to be able to keep this going, but at the same time...
Tick, tock, tick, tock.
And you know...
Spending all his gas now. It should be all Zealots and all High Templar. Yeah, that's the distribution of your resources.
And YoDa's basically cleaned up the map in terms of any reinforcement point from ShoWTimE to try and do some backstab. If he gets
Storm, I think he can hold this.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. I believe in him.
We can. I mean, how many? 3. All right, here come the SCVs. That's a lot of SCVs, only pulling from the natural.
40 seconds. Oh, God, 40 seconds is a long time. Come on, chrono boost, faster.
All right, it's just dissipated. He needs to go again. He actually just chrono boost something else, but he needs to be chrono boosting the Templar Archives.
2,
4 High Templar.
3, 2 Storms. Only 2 Storms currently.
Ooh.
Maybe a third by the time. Yeah, third by the time this attacks. Force fields. Good, good.
So buys some time. Oh, blinks forwards, gets 1 Viking, 4 Ice Stalker. That's a good trade. All the SCVs filtering through here, but now the Vikings are going to town. Storm has not been present against those Vikings, but he's got okay. There's a huge separation of his army. His Stalkers aren't actually, or Colossi or anything isn't fighting with this, but the Storms hit the bio at the back. Here's a time warp to buy a little bit more time. Can he really buy enough with this?
23 Zealots.
Will they do enough? I mean, the force fields here are eventually going to counteract them because the bio is all shooting from the back. The Colossi have died. There's no more Storms with this army. Everything didn't conjoin together here for ShoWTimE.
It wasn't the best fight for him.
Not at all.
And YoDa pushes through. Oh, I can feel the frustration.
Yeah.
We're very close to ShoWTimE. We're in Germany right now. I can feel the frustration vibes because that was so close, but it wasn't quite the fight he wanted. I mean, the separation of the army from YoDa, you know, half this way, half the other way, and all the Storms depleted on one half while the other stayed alive.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating there, but it's not over yet, though, as ShoWTimE has another Colossus here who's got a lot more Zealots. See if he can do this one more time.
This Bioforce isn't that strong. Not only that, but there isn't that much energy on these medevacs either, so they're going to have not as much longevity as they would like. That's a lot of Zealots charging forwards.
What is he doing? Why is he targeting the Nexus?
I'm not sure, because he's not going to get hit, especially with all these Zealots charging this down. And how many kills did that Widowmine get? 3 in total. Okay, High Templars. Oh, phew. I thought he was going to leave those High Templars in this Widowmine.
This is okay to do this.
Yep. Oh, gets it.
Another Colossus now, and all the Vikings are gone.
32 workers against 45 income, looking all right.
Yeah, looks like ShoWTimE, you know, can do this. He can hold this.
Well, he's going to snipe out the Robo Bay. That's coming back to what you said at the very beginning of this game. That's a good pickup there for YoDa. He knew ages ago about that.
You can't lose units here, though.
No, he has to retain.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything just dies instantly. Gotta get out.
Oh, loses the medevac as well.
ShoWTimE's going to do this.
Yeah. He actually is
going to do this. He didn't take the ideal fight here, which definitely could have just ended it instantly, but look at this. YoDa's against a wall here, and despite his recent good performances, as we can see, he's dying fast today.
And if YoDa does somehow actually lose this series in its entirety, I mean, going out in 4th place is going to be crushing for the guy. He's playing so well as of late. I mean, you've already mentioned it multiple times. We've seen this guy have brilliant performances, but so far, ShoWTimE's looking good to hold this game. Nexus is going to fall by the looks of things, but even that, I mean, he could push it away and it's not actually going to happen. GG, he can't find the room. He knew he was down. Wow, ShoWTimE holding on.
Making the dream work.
That was, I don't know, like, as you pointed out, ShoWTimE's engagement, I mean, during the engagement we were talking about it, his army was just all over the place, really not working for him. But that showed how much of an odd position YoDa was in, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, YoDa won the kind of fight there, but also he won it with using his workers, whereas his opponent still had 2 base working and running, still building units. So he's able to get back up and on his feet there. Very close there for ShoWTimE. Was almost pushed out of that one game, but holds on by the skin of his teeth to how to continue to fight here. And he takes a lead against YoDa now, who came into this group with first, for me, as absolute challengers to take the top 2 spots.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you got MMA in the mix. They're going to try and fend off against these 2 guys, but ShoWTimE could actually eliminate YoDa right here, right now.
Yeah, he could.
Kick him out of WCS, and unfortunately, YoDa's performances in WCS continue to disappoint.
And I mean, considering he moved here to Europe to play in WCS Europe, he needs more than this. He needs more than a round of 32. He needs even more than a round of 16, I would say, looking at how the potential of this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to do more than just play well in qualifiers, let's say.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just think about who he's beating and exclude that for a second, he's winning in qualifiers and go for StarCraft Cups, but he's not actually doing the work in the big tournaments. WCS, will he do the work at IEM next week after playing so well in the qualifier? Will he do the work at some more international events? Because right now, he is slipping up again.
All right, game number 2 now. It's do or die for YoDa. Let's jump into it as we have King Sage on station, our map. Down to the bottom right, it's our red Terran. It's YoDa. And up to the top left, it's our blue Protoss. It's ShoWTimE.
ShoWTimE.
He's definitely bringing it today.
Yeah. PvP can be hard. First is one of the best. Imagine if ShoWTimE beats YoDa here, and first beats MMA and goes out first place, and then ShoWTimE gets another game against MMA where he did beat him last time they played.
I think this is a legitimate shot.
Yeah.
Very so.
But MMA could really make things difficult, though. If MMA goes through in first place and ShoWTimE was to beat YoDa here, then he would have to play against first again, and we saw how fast that was, and definitely difficult.
That's true. All right. YoDa, though, I can only imagine that he probably has first, like, right next to him in between these games and just be like, look, man, look, all right, calm down. This is how you do it. Because I mean, as much as first probably wants to advance in first place, which there's a high likelihood of because he is pretty darn good,
right,
he no doubt wants his friend to also go through. And this match doesn't really hugely influence him at this point.
Absolutely. And if they have to play against each other, then so be it. But for now,
battle.
Yeah. Go on, does ShoWTimE do something tricky? I mean, for me, when I think about playing and I'm playing against someone who's better than me, I always you have the urge to do something which can give you an easy win.
Yeah,
that's just how StarCraft is in competition. Is even outside of StarCraft, you play against someone who's better than you. If you can, and you know that you're more than likely to lose if you play a straight-up game against him, then you want to try something to trick him or try and get an edge.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he feels like that at all against the caliber that YoDa is, or that he's confident in his own play. He tried a 2-base Colossus attack there in that previous game that didn't win in the game. We'll see where he goes.
ShoWTimE's building himself a little bit of a wall down to the south here of his mineral line. And it's going to be the Reaper opener, which is actually rallied up in such a way straight to the SCV at the front, who is looking to block Nexus and could continue to do so even more with NG Bay, but no. ShoWTimE's going to be down there to tickle away. He wants his command center at the back as well. Super fast.
Look at YoDa. Where is the Reaper going, and where is this probe?
Uh-oh, Proby. Uh-oh, it's tricky time. but with the SCV there as well...
This is really awkward. What is he building over here? Because right now, the gas doesn't really line up to anything. Is it Stargate?
It kind of has to be, I feel.
Is it, you know, completely hidden Twilight Council and Dark Shrine? Yeah, he's gone over 100 gas, so it's going to be Stargate. And he is going to try this.
Well, at least he gets the Nexus down to show. But at the same time, the Reaper is already scouting out alternate locations on this left-hand side, not really hitting the mark on the right.
ShoWTimE a little bit slow getting into gas, actually. And in the second one, so it's slowed down a little bit here. He's building a Stalker and Warp Gate.
He's looking for big damage early on.
Buying his time here with this. The Reaper coming to the right-hand side.
How far is it going to go? It's not rallied up there just yet. Where is he going?
Yeah, where's he going to go with this, though? Does he? There's the Stargate. Where's the Reaper going to go?
I think he's only going to go as far as the rocks. I think he's only going to go as far as the rocks.
He turns back, he turns back. And from this point, YoDa hasn't even scouted inside his opponent's main.
No, not at all.
So, is he going to...
I mean, at least he has an engineering bay down early for... If he kind of feels, gets a sense.
No, he won't do it. He's not going to build a blind turret. He won't build a blind turret. And he can't get any info inside the main of ShoWTimE apart from process of elimination. It's the only thing he can do. Like, shouldn't you have a structure down by now? And even then, does he scout every pylon to know exactly where it is or where it isn't?
Oh, well.
He's like 1, 2, 3 pylons, no structure. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, he doesn't have a robo down yet?
There's
a turret because he's like, he doesn't have a robo down.
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah, it's 5 minutes is when the tech structure is built. It's 6 minutes and there's nothing around it. He scouted every pylon inside the base.
Yeah.
Like you should have seen a structure there. And so he is going to build this turret, and it's not just a completely blind turret. It's through the process of elimination that he didn't find anything.
And there's one in the main base as well. And
good play.
ShoWTimE here, if he commits to anything more than one Oracle, I'd be surprised after seeing that Reaper run around in circles.
Yeah. He's half expecting the turret at this point as ShoWTimE like, please, 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 no turret, no turret, no turret, please, 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 please. And then he's going to go, he's going to like, there's a turret! No!
Damn it! All right. He's got to run away now.
And that is a damn it moment because you just got shut down. That sucks because the robo is now so late, which is
well,
Observer's late, Immortal's late, Colossus late, Robotics Bay late, everything's late.
That was really, really close, Oracle.
With no damage. Good play from YoDa.
Yeah, one SCV dead, and that's it. Right now, extra gateway is going to be added on here for ShoWTimE along with this robo facility. But now he has to play out a relatively normal game, whilst YoDa capitalizes on the slight advantage, I would say, he has at this point.
Yep, definitely slight advantage.
And the start point is so much faster for him here, so he's so beautifully set up.
It empowers SCV pulls just because of how slow Colossus will be.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just because the Viking count's going to start much faster than the Colossus would compared to a normal game.
Yeah.
So
gas being rerouted elsewhere is not a good
interesting
position.
Though. Third CC, and that's a good scout too with the Oracle because he sees third CC. Which third CC at this time, you'd usually expect like the 4th and 5th barracks or so to really pump up the count. And it's Forge and Twilight at the back. You can still pull SCVs from this, you know, don't get me mistaken here.
Yeah. I mean, we see them just taking the third and then just kind of saturating it a little bit and then going over to it. I mean, even if ShoWTimE's plans are with this Twilight Council to get a Temple Archives not really fast, YoDa could go with the 3 ghosts pull, right?
Yeah. He might try Blink. I mean, Blink is just so good at helping you defend and not take losses because you just have that mobility. But yeah, he could also be faking it a little bit. But yeah, it is going to be Blink.
It's always a good choice. Always a good choice. And ShoWTimE now has a little bit of information on his opponent at the front. Really just sees a bit of a chunk of his army, but is a little bit apprehensive about going in and really having a good look around.
No thermal lance yet, by the way. Something to keep your eyes on. Okay, there it is. Eyes can be taken off thermal lance now.
You were prompted.
Double medivacs escaping from this right-hand side, which have not been spotted.
Ooh.
I guess through the observer, he sees that the whole units aren't there, but they could also be towards the back.
Yeah.
But the Oracle's moving around here. Great use of this Oracle.
The interception is going to be
real. Really good.
Oh, no, he stopped. Oh. He's looking. He's looking.
I know. He's like,
Nah,
that's a good scout.
Yeah.
That's actually very good.
Very well done.
And if you use Revelation, yeah. Okay, perfect. Very good from ShoWTimE.
Take that, Ursadak. All right. He'll keep that in vision. But now ShoWTimE has to just prepare himself on his third base, and he has enough. He has well enough to be able to push that away.
Imagine, it just hit me. Imagine using neutral units / animals as potential probes, marines, as scouts. Imagine using your Oracle to reveal this unit.
Yes.
To be a scout.
If only.
Like a neutral scout.
Over and over, it's like, are you over? I mean, it doesn't provide much vision.
But I mean, it's like a borrowed roach or a widowmine or something, right? Imagine that. That's next level meta.
I'll just revelate Medivacs and things.
Yeah.
I'll stick with that for now.
Okay, so there's a lot of force fields here. They're going to be actually very important because the whole army's on the ground and ShoWTimE sees it. Cannot mess up with force fields, otherwise you die.
Nope.
Thermite is done.
2 centuries of full energy there.
We probably will see an SCV pull, by the way. The Viking count 4 at a time. I mean, we see it every single game right now in terms of Protoss.
There's the Ghost Academy.
Yeah. 3 ghosts, SCV pull, go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Temporal Archive's on the way, though.
Everything lines up really, really well for him here. Really well. Army supply. He is a little bit supply blocked here with YoDa, though. That does hurt slightly.
Yeah. And a switch from Colossus. I like the Immortal switch here. Immortal Storm is going to be the use here.
As long as everything doesn't get EMP'd.
How many gateways does he have? 5. That's definitely a problem right now.
He's adding on a few more.
Big problem being on 5.
2 extra going to go down.
You almost, you want to cut production on probes and units just to squeeze in like 5 more. Yeah, 10. 10 sounds good to me. 9, 10 in total.
We're getting there. We are getting there, that's for sure. Needs good rounds of warp-ins as this fight is happening.
I'd be happy with 10 here.
Yeah.
Any more than that's getting a little bit excessive. Now get back to unit production. Okay, yeah.
But look at this. Also, the Observer is going to see exactly when the SCV pull comes. He sees all of these Vikings right now. He sees the Ghosts amassing at the front. Storm is on the way. He is chrono boosting into it. He's chrono boosting into all of these upgrades. Yeah, there goes the Observer.
He's going to be expecting an SCV pull.
Yeah.
Storm is on its way, and now he needs to take the good fight. Take a good fight. Beat this pull. Because here come the SCVs. Beat this pull, you can actually go and eliminate this guy. Revelation on the army, perfect. Good start. Is he going to get the right storms? Because there are 5 High Templar, and if I can try to click all of them at once.
Separating them up quite nicely.
There is 5 odd storms.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely 5 storms.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, that was a flanking one, but it's been spotted.
Yeah. And it's forced to use a storm when it doesn't particularly want to. The fact that he's Revelation, the majority of this... Oh! Feedback, snipe. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful.
No storms.
He's too far forward.
2 storms left. 1 storm left.
Too far forward. The Vikings are now going to go to work. One of those Colossus falls very fast. That's a big, big army that we're seeing here from YoDa. He doesn't have it quite spread out as much as he would like. So that's a nice storm to start things off.
The pocket storm. There's a pocket storm right there.
Pocket. Oh, doesn't take it. Doesn't take it. All the Colossi have gone down. This is still a lot of power that's pressing forward. YoDa has the power. Yeah. And there's not too much resistance left over here for our Protoss.
Oh, that pocket storm would have been perfect right in that little area.
Yeah, and all of this army being pushed back right to this pocket is going to mean it's going bye-bye very soon. Zealots at the back to try and warp in from those 10 gateways, trying to reinforce, but the probes are off the line. He knows he's in trouble, and this is going to be difficult.
This is it. This is game over by the looks of it. And I don't think this time ShoWTimE's going to make a miracle comeback.
No.
5 Centuries, the highest damage output unit in the game.
Not sure they're going to get done much. Not at all.
Yeah. He's going to try and hold on, but there's still Vikings left, which you want to be shooting these up in the sky again to go kill that.
Well, he loaded half of them up into the Medivacs so that they can keep going. But he just has so much. Overwhelming numbers in favor of YoDa here. Game number 2, tying up the series, kills off the Colossus. The remaining gateway force will end up falling, and there's just rally reinforcements. Not exactly the most powerful economy behind that, but he smashed it with the first attack. Yeah,
he did. And this one that YoDa's not going to let escape. So we will go to a game 3. And there is another opportunity here for YoDa to turn this one around and actually put it in his favor. But that, it all comes down to the fight there. But at the end of the day, if you think about the core action of that game, there wasn't much of it. You had the Oracle failing into an attack. Like, those are the two big things, really.
Yeah.
And because of the Oracle failing, we saw a later robotics facility, later Colossus, and that did impact the game a little bit when it came to the Viking, to the Colossus count, and that did empower this attack to be pushed, which we were expecting to see.
Overall, I think it was a little bit of a shame there for ShoWTimE at the very beginning. I think the Reaper could have been denied had his units been in exactly the right positions to. So YoDa got a little bit lucky, I feel, with that.
Yeah.
But it played out how it played out. YoDa takes the win. It's 1-1, and can't change that. Can't go back in time.
All right, Foxtrot Labs is our last remaining map. This is a tricky one. The longer the game goes, I feel the better it is for Protoss, just because of the way that the map is so narrow and tight in the middle. It's very difficult to avoid crucial storms because your army's choked up. The one benefit is it also, chokes up the Protoss army, which means Vikings avoid all of this problem and just get a lot of firing range on as well. I'm not too sure what we'll see, because ShoWTimE has attempted, overall, if you think about his game plan in 1 and 2, Game 1 was a Colossus push off 2 bases. Game 2 was a proxy Oracle. So very aggressive tendencies here coming out from ShoWTimE. Does he try something aggressive again?
I imagine yes.
I mean, I have no idea what it could be, but yeah.
I don't think he really wants to go into the fully fledged macro game against YoDa. I think YoDa might run him ragged if he's not careful. But anyway, let's get into it. Game number 3 now, as we have Foxtrot Labs, our map. And spawn down to the bottom left-hand corner, it is our red Terran. It is YoDa, tying things up. And up to the top right-hand corner, it's our blue Protoss. It's ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE.
Right. It'd be so funny if YoDa's just like, well, proxy 2 bags, game over. Game over.
I can never put that past Korean Terrans, ever, with what we see.
Both of these games very close. I mean, it's been quite a cool day so far.
Yeah.
Good games. Good games.
Yeah. I think the first series, if we want to use Korean terms, was a bit of a bop. But then our second series was really good.
Yeah. That was a bit of a bop.
Yeah.
A bit of a one-sided series. All right, so... Command Center first, no? Okay, no. Barracks. So this map, yeah, I'm not too sure what to expect from either side. Don't know. Wonder if ShoWTimE will try something. DTs, blink play.
I mean, this map in general is a bit of a crazy one, the way it works out.
Yeah.
With these golds in the middle.
And the ramps and the rounds.
It's a bit crazy, especially if you're a Terran that can play that very multi-pronged, heavy style and just kind of drag your opponent around left and right. And your Protoss opponent can get really separated in it. You got to be very careful with your army as a Protoss, like where you're really positioning it. Something that comes into play quite a lot.
The third base for Protoss here, unless he breaks the rocks and takes the one towards the top left, can be actually a very annoying.
I really like this pylon as well for ShoWTimE. It like blocks off that entire area for a Reaper to just be like, oh, I'm going to play around here.
Yeah.
That's a cool position there for ShoWTimE.
The natural third here that you end up taking usually is the middle o'clock kind of base for ShoWTimE here, or YoDa, whichever one you look at.
This one.
Yeah, but this one is hard to keep your natural intact, and it's very wide open. Like, you're going to have to take a fight in open area if the Terran attacks into that, which can be annoying. I wonder if we could take the top left at all.
Up here.
I think it's, I don't know.
Through
I think
rocks
the normal ones. Oh my god, it's a factory.
Oh, it's proxied as well.
Oh my god.
Clean.
I was like, imagine if YoDa just went proxy 2 racks and just ended the game.
I'm like,
oh wow. Super fast Widowmine drop coming out, most likely here.
Yeah. Cleaning bot, don't tell anyone. He'll be okay.
Oh my god, this is fast.
You remember that revelation on neutral creeps? These,
Yeah, man.
Okay, Reaper pokes around.
And it's so funny because, the mental state of ShoWTimE here is like, Okay, so I try to, you know, be super aggressive in 2 games in a row. YoDa's going to be all over me scouting this game. I'm not going to scout myself. I've just got to, you know, really keep him from not seeing what's in my base. And even if I go Robo, it doesn't matter because I'm going to hide it and he's going to be freaking out because it could be a Stargate.
He's trying to fly it in.
Oh, this was just dumb.
That was... Why would you do this?
Okay, this has now just been revealed. And this is going to get stopped. Oh, well, he could have just dropped it.
Well, I don't understand.
He could have built a starport and then done it that way.
Wait a minute. How far did the Reaper see it? He didn't see that pylon. Like, he didn't get too far at all.
No.
So that's a little bit of a shame for him.
That is unlucky. It's unlucky. It sucks. It's unlucky.
But even... no, I don't think the Widowmine gets all the way to the back of the mineral line. That's all, does it?
It can plant itself, but that's only towards the Stalker. The Mothership Core needs to be here to help, though.
He's being a bit preoccupied with the Reaper. Stalker's in position to get some shots off instantly.
Stalker move back. Stalker move back. And I just
careful.
wait. You know, 2 Stalkers now.
But he doesn't have detection for quite a while. This is ambitious. Oh.
Yeah, this sucks.
Oh, YoDa, this is your tournament life and you do this?
Well, I mean, it's not terrible for him, but I mean, he's walking across the map with 4 or 5 Marines, so he's going to force a Photon Overcharge on the natural as well, I think, here.
It's a nice start. But now with the 2 Stalkers being there, like, you can't, you just can't make another Widowmine.
There's a 3rd Stalker, there's Observers. As long as he doesn't mess up with his Mothership Core on the natural, there's more than enough time here.
I mean, even with these Stalkers, the Marines could have a... Like, they can just get chased down the whole way.
I would just be like, you know, whatever. Just
run away.
I would have Photon Overcharge, but he's fine. He's cool. He's calm.
Oh, it couldn't jump down there because that little stalactite?
Yeah, well, that kind of sucks, obviously. Oh, Immortals! Oh, I want to eat something.
The factory's back! That's your pen. Is it a pen?
No, it's a bottle opener.
Oh, no! Okay, so...
Oh, he's going to go bust him!
Oh, my God.
I need to chew on something. I don't know what to chew on.
I've got a Kit Kat. I bought one in the break.
He's 1 pro for not much info. He kind of sees that there's no gases, but I don't know if you can tell that that's one. Please scan the main, YoDa, otherwise you may die. No, you scanned the wrong side of the map.
But he killed the Observer, I guess, but that's not... Oh, he needs to see all this. Oh, God.
There's no bunkers. Stim is late. It's 2 barracks, an engineering bay. It's an Immortal bust.
YoDa.
Okay. Pro factory. The factory did something good.
Oh, it saw the probe.
It saw the probe, and the probe's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, I'll go back to the cleaning bot.
Okay, does he click?
What? What's this pylon? All right, then. It's like, right, you're going to drop a scan in my men, you're going to see it, and then I'm going to go proxy target, but I don't think that's really going to work.
Is this Immortal attack going to work, though? There's now the gateways turn online. Needs to ramp up this. Factory in the middle is going to see the probe again.
There's an SCV repairing, just in case.
This could still go either way. If Stim completes and catches this army...
1 Stalker.
Wait, scan! No gas on the natural. Alarm bells. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, okay.
Build bunkers, man.
And this is an Immortal. He saw the Immortal as well.
Build bunkers.
Okay, here come the bunkers. That's a lot of bunkers.
But is ShoWTimE going to get there in time?
He's going to break down the rocks and go from that angle. This is actually really very smart for YoDa to actually set the bunkers up like this.
Stim is going to die. Stim's going to complete. I think that the element of surprise is gone. 4 bunkers.
Yeah, that's a lot of bio he has as well. It's 37 army supply against 39.
Immortals, though.
Yeah.
Stim is done.
They'll take him down fast. That's a lot of zealots for tanking potential. Force fields there as well, but 4 bunkers in total. Ooh, okay, there's 1 force field. 2nd force field as well. These bunkers are about to finish up. The SCVs come off the line. He gets a few of them, 6 in total. Has to be very careful, though, because he's bleeding out on zealots at the front.
This is not working.
No.
And the factory's back.
The factory's back. Oh, the factory is back. All right, okay. He's actually going to go straight for it. Catches a few of these units, but the Immortal at the front, 1 dies. Mothership Core's going to fall. There's not much army left. And he has his bunkers still.
4 bunkers. I'd build a Widowmine now. 2 zealots get warped in. Gas taken on the natural. Mission aborted.
Yeah.
Successful defense here from YoDa. +1 attack on its way. Medivac's now out. Combat shield's on its way. God. Oh, that factory scouted this. Did he? Scan sees the gases on the natural, and Scan says this is over to YoDa.
Knows what's going on. Knows what's going on. You know what's crazy about this map is that YoDa placing his bunkers in such a way to greet the army from that direction where the rocks are, as opposed to going for the ramp on the left-hand side. He truly knows, like, the strengths of the map. Like, why would ShoWTimE be trying to attack up a ramp on the left-hand side? Because, you know, if he was, technically he'd be crossing the T on the bunkers, which would be nice, but it's very difficult to break up there.
The robotics bay is so painful to see coming in. because you know that that's where he can defend and stay in this game, but you also at the same time realize how far away that is.
Yeah.
That to see a Colossus in this game. This bio it's going to be very difficult for ShoWTimE to hold on this. The force fields have to be good. The Immortals need to get the damage done.
It's going to have 1-1 as well. But like if he delays a little bit, even the +1 weapons is just great. And he saw this pylon so long ago. So supply blocking his opponent again is just something that ShoWTimE can't afford. He has force fields for the ramp, yes, so he'll buy himself a little bit of time there. But if the medevacs want to do something, whoa, okay, he's just going to go straight. Picks up and gets out. Those Immortals doing all right.
Yeah, good force fields. Manages to hold on, and that Colossus is on its way. A bit pylon block there, unfortunately. So it starts 4 pylons or 3 pylons.
Third base down behind this, pushes forwards once again, extra force fields thrown down, but actually, during that first push, he got a couple of those sentries, which was very, very important, because now it puts ShoWTimE in a bit of an awkward position.
He's bought the time, though.
Yeah,
Colossus on its way, Blink on the way, there's no forge or anything, so I think we're going to see like a defense into a counter come out from ShoWTimE. Just lots of Stalkers, unless he somehow randomly starts to throw down a forge very fast here. He has to defend into a counter-attack. That's the way his setup is.
Yeah.
But you'd be expecting a couple more gateways too. Well, 6 is okay, I guess, but...
Yeah, I don't know for you.
At the moment, he's aiming towards defense and counter.
Oh, that's the first Colossus, gets scanned instantly, sees that. Sees the Robo Bay whirring away as well. And second Colossus is now in production. So... what can YoDa do for it? I mean, he's got his third base on the way. He's got his extra barracks about to be added on.
Just start building Vikings.
Yeah.
That's what you've got to do. And then even if, you know, the defense is commenced and then a counterattack happens from ShoWTimE, hopefully you have enough Vikings to stop it anyway. But the army size is very large now for ShoWTimE. He's got no longevity in this game, no upgrades. Remember the bio's at 1-1 with +2 attack on the way. So it will outclass this, especially if the Viking count is high enough.
Yeah, you're right.
If YoDa gets caught with a couple of units, remember Blink is done as well, like Medivac sniped, units caught out of position, and the army is lowered, then the attack will work.
Yeah, and as time's going on now with the second starport on the way, the Colossus is going to decrease in value with the amount of Vikings that are going to be pumped out. So
4 Vikings out, 6 on the way. There's only 2 Colossus.
ShoWTimE's time is running out, man.
He's got to go fast. He's got to move soon. 2-2. I mean, obviously, if the game gets to 17, 18 minutes, it's almost over.
Yeah,
that's the time frame he has. He has to act fast.
And he's looking to go. I mean, where's the probe to throw down? Okay, there is a probe in this army looking to throw down some pylons at the front as well. YoDa sees this, though, moving across the map.
No bunkers.
That's going to be difficult. His army supply is 74 against 90. ShoWTimE, this is his opportunity.
Yeah, he's got to take this fight good. Good time warps, good force fields, good obviously garden shields.
His army's a little spread there. Tries to blink one of those Stalkers back. Does not save it. There are just a few sentries there. Here come the SCVs as YoDa knows that this is a bit scary.
Good start to the fight for ShoWTimE.
Catches a few of those units. Wastes a few force fields on the way forwards, but blinks forwards. He wants that command center.
He doesn't need a command center. Well, he can get a command center, but he needs more than a command center. He needs to win the game here.
He wants Vikings. He wants everything. He needs it now. This is do or die for both of these players. Oh no! Losing 4 Vikings at the front. That's really, really bad here for YoDa.
Bad.
He's only got 4 left.
Bad.
4 left against 3 Colossi. Where's the third one? It's at the back.
Very, very bad losing those.
ShoWTimE, bring this third Colossus forward. You could actually do this.
Go to the he's going to take the other way because you don't have to use the ramp this side.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to push through that filtered area. YoDa's going to use the command center as a wall here.
Him hallucinating Colossi, realize he's one missing.
20 seconds.
He needs to do damage. This orbital command is surprisingly actually tanking a lot of damage here, but it's separating up his army in folds. That's a lot of damage coming out from this bio, but how well can the Colossi do?
Hallucinated Colossus, brilliant.
Yeah, they're soaking up all the damage. Another Colossus is coming in from the back here. ShoWTimE takes a supply advantage, but it's still being beaten away at. There isn't that many ground units to complement these Colossi who get on top of the bio. YoDa pushes through. Wow, he hardly had any Vikings. He had quite a few, of course, replenished, but he holds on.
4 bunkers, command center, +2 attack. Every SCV pulled to the fight, and YoDa hangs on. And now this is that 18, 19 minute mark.
Yeah, it is.
Whether the fight took place or not.
YoDa real MVP orbital command.
2-2 upgrades versus 0-0. And as much as ShoWTimE had his chance there, it is now disappearing fast. Very fast.
Ghosts being added on. Very, very difficult here for our Protoss to start the recovery. The third base is going to be his option, but as you've said, how do you do this without upgrades? It's almost impossible. 2-2 against 0-0? ShoWTimE. I think when he got those 4 Vikings, I mean, even going up the ramp, it's a tough call. It's a tough call, but...
You almost had it, but not today. I mean, there was such a wall. 4 bunkers, command center, SCVs taking damage, while all of the main army is firing away.
Yeah.
From YoDa.
And think about...
And upgrade advantage.
Like, think about going up this ramp and then where the bunkers are. The one at the back, without that many Zealots there, isn't necessarily doing a huge amount, and he only had the 4 Vikings after losing the 4 instantly.
And now he is in the worst position you could be in. You know, you're facing elimination right now. This is a low bracket game. You could see SCVs pulled here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he does. He's got an army where he probably doesn't need to pull SCVs. 2 upgrades, Ghosts, Vikings in numbers. And this is going to be a very sad one-sided fight, unfortunately.
Every SCV, every Stalker dying here is a big, big deal because he needs as many as possible to bring down this Viking count, which is currently sat at 12 against only 4 Colossi. So they're going to fall rapidly. And those EMPs, likewise, are going to land and rip away all of the energy from these sentries. He's going to have no space control, no damage. This is going to be difficult for ShoWTimE.
Yeah, this is a difficult next 30 seconds. This is elimination from the Premier League. This is no further points, no further money, and also re-qualification back into Premier League for the following season next year.
And there's one Colossus already gone. Takes the high ground as well, seizes it, as ShoWTimE is really, really cut up here. Very, very difficult to actually even ever engage this army. ShoWTimE trying to find a good angle at this point, scrambling around on the left-hand side whilst YoDa has completely dominated the natural position. Not too bad force fields, actually. Trying to cut up what he can, but the Vikings are just too powerful, ripping down the last Colossus.
Yeah, and unfortunately ShoWTimE in a group of Lions is going to have to finish in last place here today as the Koreans take the top 3 spots, and he is eliminated. It is YoDa who lives to fight on and will play in the 5th and final game of the evening in the decider match against the loser of our next series.
Yep, and that's going to be a good one. But commiserations to ShoWTimE going out here. He really put up a valiant fight considering the group that he was in.
Yeah.
But on to the winners.
Yeah, that means it's going to be an MMA versus first game. Another Terran versus Protoss. 2 new, fresh players coming up. Who's going to go through in first place? Is it the Golden Boy chasing his BlizzCon dreams? Or is it first looking to get a massive result this season in the WCS Premier League?
Yeah, it's going to be good. All right, join us after the break, guys, when we have the winners match. One of them advances on to the round of 16.